I'm sitting here thinking about this situation that I'm in. Well, I was listening to somebody, she said, you know, a messenger, she a pretty girl, but young. Y'all know me, I like older women. But them young boy, even if they're successful, they just move like they young. But anyway, like this example right here, she said, you know now when you get something, she get a good message, but I check air. It can be Einstein, and I question Einstein if he was alive. So she'd be like, you know, you get something next time, not to tell nobody, keep it to yourself. The chosen ones ain't in no position to do that. We're in a position to fix everything. The reason why I say that is because people who from the hood know what I'm talking about. You can't keep nothing to yourself if you live in the hood. Everybody gonna always know about it. You pull up in the hood with your woman, they gonna know about it. Pull up in the hood and get a house, car, they gonna know about it. And I guess you probably saying, well, you gotta get out of the hood. It ain't that easy. It ain't that easy when you're a chosen one or you're a royalty or somebody already attacking you like big official that's trying to hide in the dark. Now, what I mean by that, well, we can go through the organ little thing, but we ain't gonna go there. We can go to the fact that what was done to me, I feel like was more, first and foremost, this guy's book. And this book, one thing I know God is showing us is that how when man play God, it can become very destructive to everybody. And what turned out to be something on a small scale winded up on a major scale. So, because now we learning how important it is for when you alter one human body, when you alter one human body in the world, it alternates everything. Because you got to look at tracks on uh, Pro Tools and say you got a beat and you got vocals. You got to line them up together. When you slide that track back, nothing's going to line up on the vocals, nothing. This is the same thing that happens when somebody alternate a person's life or take somebody's life and use it as their own. In other words, you put somebody out where you just slid it up. You slid the whole timeline back for everybody. And I didn't know that. I'm learning it now. I was like, I had to figure out why in the world would one frequency be all? Everybody's frequency all. We just can't tell, even if it's just a smidgen. Something that's all. Some of y'all probably rich and wealthy out there and still don't understand why things ain't, because the timeline is still off a little bit. So the best thing would be to try to rectify the problem. I don't know where to start at to rectify such an issue that's that demographic. But I could tell you this, how to prevent it in the future. What I would do if when I got out of this situation, if God allowed it, which, I don't know, I would start up a little military base. And in this military base, it's got hackers, but they're not hackers to hurt people, they're hackers to help people. It's like I would start up a little, I'm saying this because I want y'all to do it. You do it. Yeah, you stealing everything else and doing it. I would start up a little, like, uh, like a police division. And what it would be section off. It'll be real small though. And their job is to go into rural areas and upgrade them slowly, without them really being noticed, like putting ops in all these positions. Like I would have somebody who know how to deal with witches and warlocks. It would be top dog in that field. I would have somebody who know how to fix people internets, networks, and get all these fraudulent crime, get that rectified. So, and I would have a police force, and I would have a military force, but it'd be small groups out of each one of these. Let's say it's 5 of each one of them that works together, and they would have their own little thing, and the technical department of it. Also, people could call them and hire them online. When people have problems, they could call these people and say, look, I got this problem with this, and these people get paid and funded. This group get paid and funded by by the government. It's only fair, because y'all let it happen. Y'all let all this corruptness happen. The least you can do is fund something like this. And because you're not trying to fix it. It's too, in your mind, while you playing golf, it's too much to think about. It'll mess your golf game up. So it's best you just put something like this together. You got your think tank over there. It must be empty. I guess it might be empty. Think tank probably empty. Everybody probably went on vacation. So it didn't take me that long to figure that out. I figured that out as soon as I got up. I ain't been up that long. I've been up probably since 6 o'clock. It didn't take me long. Thought about all this at 6 o'clock. Now let's look at my situation. Okay, let's say the family seen a check. They said, wow, this is a lot of money. They plotted. But these family members had it going on. Good education. Doctors, doctors, nurses for husbands, wives, whatever. They had no reason to do this. So you got to think about, all right, why would I say send these people into the rural areas? Listen to what I'm telling you. These people had all that going on. They plotted on a baby. Even if they plotted on a child, they knew that this wasn't going to go into fruition by the time they were 70 years old. Who the hell would want to even, you get what I'm saying? You put a lot of time in it. So when what I mean by that is that if you are expecting a check, if you are expecting some money, like whatever this is, it might not have been so long ago, it probably was in the middle, whatever. But you expected something to go into, so you get together, you plot, you plan, and you scheme, you put all these triangles together, and you still ain't realizing that you're gonna have to wait till you about dead for any of it to come into fruition. Why not just, if you came together, started a triangle, and did something so basically intelligent, you could have came together and started a normal business and been very successful. And people, you wouldn't have to look over your shoulder. You wouldn't have to feel like people would disrespect you. You wouldn't have to feel like people didn't want to be around you because you might be on some black magic shit. You know what I'm saying? People don't really want to deal with nobody who do magic like that. Yeah, that's what it is, black magic. It turned out, it might have started from something real simple, and it turned out to be a disaster. And now you got all these people in this energy, and everybody, they ain't scared of man, you ain't scared of you. You scared of the spiritual world, because now you know it's real again. So what did this resonate from? This resonated from people had stopped believing in God and didn't believe in all that stuff. You already knew the consequence. So let's say it was the high priest and high priestess going to be born. They were needed to be born to love one another. Somehow, now this happened a lifetime before, I'm sure. Somehow the blueprint seemed to have got focused around sex parts or sex. But the blueprint is phenomenal, outstanding. It should have been focused around the high priest and high priestess that was supposed to be together. So now let's go back to the beginning. This is just assumptions, but it had to originate from something real like this. Now let's go back to what even got there. Let's go back to the devil flip-flopping shit. Okay, well, maybe at one time there was, people knew exactly who they were gonna marry, who they were gonna be with, exactly. And they was told that to each other by the time they were 12, 14. Their families probably met each other and said, this is gonna be your wife, this is gonna be your husband. And everything, and then they separated them. They didn't separate them, they went their separate ways. They just came across each other. Families came across each other. All right, now, everything around them was like a triangle, keeping people from intercepting these people and damaging these two lovers, because it's vitally important for these two lovers to be together and come together in harmony without nobody interfering. Everybody need to understand the royalty. Everybody need to understand the kings and queenship. The high priest, everybody need to understand the importance. So this goes back to what I was saying about the young girl who said, you shouldn't know, we don't need to tell no, we need to educate each other so people can quit disrespecting and crossing boundaries like this. People out here playing God, they got a God complex, they got to sit down. The narcissists got to sit down. These people with the God complex got to sit down. They're not going to sit down until we educate them. I know. I've been born and raised in the hood. Listen, I be throwing y'all hints now. I'm living dead in the hood. This ain't the hood now. Whatever this is, I don't know what this is. But back when I was coming up, it was the hood. And I could leave my studio door open and nobody would go in it. Nobody would steal nothing. That's respect. That's because they understood. That's because they understood. That's because they understood. Nobody, that's because they understood. Because I educated them. I educated all of them on, okay, yeah, we got this studio here, but we ain't gonna be disrespecting the studio, because ain't none of you niggas, oh, my bad. ain't none of you out here can afford no studio. And ain't none of you out here can replace no studio, and you all want to do music. So we're going to respect the studio, take care of the studio together, and I'll work with y'all, and we'll build something. There's a small hood anyway, rural area. That's what happened. That's what happened, and it worked out. So same thing with this group of people I'm talking about that need to go in and not infiltrate, but like you send 1 to 2 parties of each one of them groups that I was talking about to this rural area and let them, play the role like ops. And then you bring to the surface what they got planned, like the plan that was in motion for me to destroy my life and destroy many other lives. And so this will never take place, because see, you got the parents, you got people, because what's gonna happen if you let this happen, their energy gonna shift. Because I swear the people who started attacking me, 12, I was already feeling like I was on my own. So by 14, they had already planned on what they were gonna do to me. I swear the people who put together this motion and put it in motion by the time I was 14, it's like they took on my personality and they never left the age of 14, even though they in their 70s and 60s. I'm serious. And it's like I got their mature abilities and they got my immature abilities. I'm watching the energy, baby. So it ain't about hiding. We ain't hiding no more. It's time for us to educate each other. Because that's why black people in general, that's why we at the lowest at the topo. We must understand that. And that's why I was saying revolutions last night. I wasn't saying it in no war, no racist type. So I was saying racism might play a little part in this. But mainly it was because of somebody probably in the family putting this together, paying off another nationality, and then the other nationality getting on guard with their racist stuff, which is their gangs. That's all that really was. But I'm saying the revolutions, in other words, saying some people could have came in here and educated everybody, like, wait a minute, you can't do this, you can't move like this. But revolutionaries to me are very intelligent people. Probably some of the most intelligent people we got today. And tell people, this is how you structure this. This is how you format this. You don't go in here and just tell somebody. Because see, let's just get real with it. The flame was already destroyed before I met her. And by the time I met her, we could be friends still now, but we can't. What else can we do together, right? So, and it was just totally wasn't our fault. We didn't even know each other. But somebody knew us. Our families did, so you planned to. Somebody had some money, somebody had inherited money, somebody had something they hid from us. See, stuff like that gotta be educated. Why you shouldn't, I'm trying to say this without calling people out and disrespecting even this family. Why you should never interfere with inheritance. The curse from interfering with inheritance, or even just something as simple as somebody leaving somebody something, y'all. Leaving somebody land, you don't want the dead to roll over in their grave. That's where all this chaos come from. That's where all these vengeful spirits come from. That's where the unbalance is coming from in the world. The chosen ones is here. I'm gonna tell y'all something out there, black folk. Everything that ever attacked me in my life, I figured it out to the point where it can never attack me again. And even if I have to stay in it for years until I get myself out of the situation, don't nothing stop me, no mountain, no racism, no none of that. Because it's always a pinpoint, it's always something more simpler than we making it when we got it on this broad scale. I fixed every issue in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Quit walking away and running from everything. You're supposed to be able to be comfortable riding around each other and nice stuff. You're supposed to be able to be comfortable having a nice house around each other without somebody doing something wrong to you. You're supposed to be able to be comfortable in the home or with your family or with your nice woman or with your nice husband or whatever you got. We are supposed to be comfortable walking amongst each other like this. We ain't supposed to be hiding everything. We shouldn't have to hide everything. The other if you can't do nothing else, my people, you need to at least look at the other nationality without talking to them. Just observe them and see why in the hell they don't do this and we do. That's what you need to start doing. That's why they got everything that looks so immaculate. We was programmed, deprogrammed, reformed by Willie Lynch now to kill each other. That was just in America. But we are at the bottom of the topo in the whole world because somebody introduced this blueprint to the whole world of blacks, and let's say it is some blacks in certain parts of the world that's in leading position. I don't want to say, but somehow they not on our side. They the Get Out Squad. Let's just say that. They might be the Get Out Squad. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I don't want to disrespect you, because I know y'all, if you ain't so afraid, you think somebody disrespecting you. And y'all probably not gonna see this because my internet network's on loop and everything. But whoever they gonna let copy and paste me, hopefully the 1717, hopefully they'll put this shit out the right way. Because that's what need to be put out. But that's what need to be done. I keep hearing these pastors, these church folk, boy. They on y'all ass now, though. They in y'all field now. It's like fields. Like church people net. It's like it's fields. And so whoever been attacking me, because this been going on way longer than this 5 years. This been going on for a long time, y'all. It's been going on since I was 12. My life was horrible. I had to make the best out of it. Because I knew, like I said, I could see down the road that it was going to stay horrible. Like somebody swapped destinies with me. I heard somebody online say, they get all your bad stuff, you bind it. I'm going to tell you something out there. They swapped networks up to where I can see what y'all saying to the person y'all be actually taking up for, which is my doppelganger. Y'all better get your shit together out there, because when somebody binds you to somebody, you shouldn't have never messed with my energy, none of y'all out there. When somebody binds you to somebody and you ain't never did nothing and you a true child of God and you getting all the bad luck and the bad karma and they getting all the good, and you know that out there, whoever you are out there, I heard you on social media, you better go ask God to forgive you for your sin, because my ancestors don't play. You can't even say that means you know about this or you know about the right now ain't the time to be supporting no damn doppelgangers. I'm telling y'all, right now is the time to re-navigate the doppelgangers to doing what's right and putting shit back right. Cause this energy's finna be fucked up for a long time. Straight up. Real bad. Cause y'all, this time, God, whoever, y'all got something in motion, just like I think my family did with me and this flame. It's on a bigger triangle scale. Y'all got something in motion where you could doppelganger some of the greatest people in the world, even if they like Einstein, and give their energy to somebody else, and all y'all play a part at the stadiums, and you look at this shit from afar. This time, though, the people that God put in these positions for y'all to normally do that are chosen ones. Real chosen one. 144,000 chosen one. And y'all ass is grass.